Good evening and welcome to the high school Yosemite Divisional Wrestling Championships from East High School. This is a match between the top wrestlers in the Yosemite Division throughout the Central Section. I'm Mark Heffernan for Time Warner Cable Channel 16, and the first battle tonight in 103 pounds is Angel Portillo Jr. of Tulare Union against Chris Felix of East High. The home favorite tonight would be Chris Felix of East High School, wrestling on his home court, his home wrestling mat, the Southeast Yosemite League champion and also the area champion last week against Portillo Jr. of Tulare Union.
Cable will be airing tonight's Wrestling Divisional Championships on Channel 16, Time Warner Cable, 7 p.m. Tuesday, March the 4th.
A good turnout for tonight's Wrestling Divisional Championships at East High School. Wrestling has always been a big sport in the Bakersfield area and throughout the Central Section. 103-pounders going at it. As you're getting a good shot from the Time Warner cable cameras tonight from East High School. It's Portillo Jr. against Felix. Portillo from Tulare Union, Felix from East High School. Portillo this year with a record of 42 wins and only 4 losses. Now back to the center of the mat. You have 3 2-minute periods in wrestling. Felix has had a great year for East High School, winning the Southeast Yosemite League Championships and the area championships, both taking place last week. He's had an outstanding year. And East High trying to do some damage, at least the wrestlers from East, in this Yosemite Divisional Wrestling Championship. Favorites would have to be the Clovis schools, I believe. Back to the center of the mat. A little delay. East High wrestlers in red and blue, and Tulare Union in somewhat of a red, maroonish gold. Both colors are quite similar. No points have been scored thus far in this match. And Felix will have to put his mask on back again properly. Actually his chin guard or his head guard. Guys of this size don't necessarily rely on a lot of strength. They rely on quickness and fundamentals technique. At 103 pounds. You'll start seeing a lot more strength involved when we get up to 145 or 152 pounds. And then, of course, through the heavyweights. And the new weight this year is 275 pounds, the new weight in high school wrestling. Portillo has the blonde hair. He is from Tulare Union, and Felix from East High School. Tulare competes in the East Yosemite League. As the wrestlers go back to the middle of the mat, Portillo looking back at his coach. And I think he had the option of whether to have the grasp of Felix or be under the grasp of Felix. Portillo trying for the takedown. Nice reverse by Felix of East High. And as they fall off the mat, we're back to the middle of the mat. East High School is the place for tonight's Yosemite Divisional Wrestling Championships. Nice throw down by Portillo, Tulare. Now he's trying to set for the pin on Felix of East. Felix in a desperate situation now as he turns over. Does an excellent job there. 2 points for Portillo on the takedown. Portillo with a record of 42-4 this year for Tulare Union, the Redskins. And throughout this match, he has been the aggressor over Felix of East High. He's been controlling the match so far. But many times you can control a match and not come up with that many points. Portillo trying to turn Felix over like he had him a couple of moments ago. Simply driving him to the mat. Seem to be having some riding time there. You're watching the Yosemite Divisional Wrestling Championships from East High School. We are in match number 1, 103 pounds, between Angel Portillo Jr. from Tulare Union and Chris Felix of East High School. Chris, the Southeast Yosemite League champion, and Portillo, who competes for Tulare Union in the East Yosemite League. Slight timeout on the mat. This gives both wrestlers a chance to rest. At least in that sense, it benefits both of them. Portillo has brought a nice contingent from Tulare Union for his match. And of course, Felix is wrestling on his home mat, his home court. Felix trying to get away and picks up 1 point for the reversal. So Chris trying to be more aggressive against Portillo as he drives him off the mat. And that's the end of that period. Portillo will be down on the mat. And Felix with his grasp around him. Here in the first match, 103 pounds from East High School. Some nice action here as they go off the mat. Portillo definitely has the height advantage over Chris Felix. He is lankier. But both wrestlers try to get down very low and go for the legs. Somewhat of a virtual standstill right now here in the first match. You hear somebody counting off the time in the background. Has to be one of the coaches. Portillo with the blonde hair, the wrestler at the right from Tulare Union. Felix is near to us. Portillo had a chance to pin Felix earlier in the match, and Felix did a great job to get away from that. Both wrestlers have been very even since then. Timeout by the referee. And Chris looks back towards his bench.
seconds.
30 seconds to go. Felix trying to get a grasp. Like to go for the legs of Portillo and can't seem to reach them. Portillo doing a great job keeping Felix away from his legs and his lower body. And the clock is winding down. And that does it. Portillo Jr. already knows he has the victory. And the score is 7-3 as he defeats Chris Felix of East High School. The local product, 7-3. And Angel Portillo Jr. is the Yosemite Divisional Champion at 103 pounds from Tulare Union High School, the Redskins.
The ravages of time. Just like paint, tape can oxidize. And oxygen is slowly eating away your most cherished family videos. A baby's first steps, first words, first birthday. These memories, once lost, can never be recovered. You can't stop time, but you can fight oxidation by duplicating your videos at Time Warner Productions. Our state-of-the-art repair and duplication services can help preserve your memories for future generations. Time Warner Productions, located at 3600 North Select Avenue in the Time Warner Cable Building.
We're about ready for the 112-pound match between Jaime Garza of Sanger against Nguyen of Edison.
Representing Edison High School, 112 pounds. A record this year of 42-4. He's a two-time Rio Mesa champion, Inugo rotational champion, third at the Dr. Buchanan rotational this year, NYL league champion. 1995, he was the cadet freestyle state champion. He was also a freestyle All-American. He is the son of Sang and Nguyen Nguyen.
Nguyen definitely has won a lot of championships in his wrestling career. In the North Yosemite League, he competes for Edison. Against Jaime Garza of Sanger. This is 112 pounds. Gwen from Edison is in the black and gold outfit to the left of us right now. And Garza in the blue outfit, very much like the BHS outfit. At least the color similar to Bakersfield High School. £112 in the Yosemite Divisional Wrestling Championships at East High School. They ran off the credits for Gwen from Edison. It's amazing how many titles he has won. Not only in high school wrestling, but outside of it. And a lot of these young people have been wrestling since they were 7 or 8 years old. It's a difficult sport to pick up just as you enter high school. In the heavier weights, if you have a lot of strength, sometimes you can get by, especially in your league matches. But once you get to this level, it's very difficult because fundamentals come into play and mental conditioning, things like that. But Garza with a takedown on Gwen as he's coming out looking very aggressive. Jaime Garza with the riding time here in the first period. Nice reversal by Nguyen. Garza going for the pin. Nguyen was definitely in a difficult position there. Garza representing Sanger High School, the Apaches. And Nguyen from Edison High School in Fresno. Nguyen likes to stay low to the mat. Garza, the more upright wrestler so far. Great quick move by Garza as he drives Nguyen off the mat. Two referees in this particular matchup. Checking all angles. As Garza showing strength and quickness in his match against Nguyen. Moving left to right. He creates a very tough target for Nguyen to try to bring down. He's definitely very adept at going for the legs. He has Nguyen by one leg, throws him down. 2 points for the takedown. And Garza with riding time in this match. He has been controlling it from the start. Nguyen tries reversal, tries an escape maneuver. And at this point, Garza looks like the stronger wrestler. Nguyen is looking for help from somewhere. Match number 2 of the Yosemite Divisionals at 112 pounds. Jaime Garza of Sanger and Nguyen from Edison High School. Nguyen trying to get away from the grasp of Garza. And there we have the end of the first period. A very impressive first for Garza of Sanger as he goes for a victory in the 112-pound match here from East High School in Bakersfield. Nguyen is tying his shoes and trying to get a little rest from the first period and check out some of his strategy, or if he might change his strategy. Garza with reversal. And the takedown on Nguyen as they go off the mat. I think the whole key to this matchup is the fact that Garza is definitely stronger. The grasp that Nguyen had on Garza didn't last very long. Nguyen seems to be injured and is having trouble getting up. So we have another stop in the action here. They rolled around quite a bit before they went off the mat, Gwen and Garza. And Jaime is able to get a little water break, talk things over with his coach. And he is set for action, leading in this matchup in period number 2. As you can hear the crowd getting somewhat restless. Gwen is up and he's walking around. He said he's ready. This guy has won a lot of championships in the North Yosemite League this year and in matches outside of high school. He likes to go low for the ankles and for the knees, but has not been successful so far against Garza. Was Garza. A nice driving takedown. Escape by Gwen. Garza constantly moving. He's a difficult target for his opponent. He's setting up for a takedown. Literally picks Gwen up and throws him down. 2 points for the takedown there. And he pops up and he's ready to do some more. Jaime Garza with a superior decision, 112 pounds. He is the 1997 champion at 112 pounds, Jaime Garza of Sanger, as he defeated Gwen of Edison, 16-1. So the Gwen picks up his 5th loss of the year, 42-5, a great season. But Garza was definitely the top wrestler and was the aggressor in that particular matchup.
From Madera High School, 119 pounds, a record of 30-6, Brian Guerrero. Brian was first at the Hollister Duels, first at the Coast Classic, second at Mid-Cal, third at the Tri-River Athletic Conference. In 1994, he was the Cadet Freestyle National All-American. 96, he was the NWYL champion. And in his back pocket, he carries a 4.0 grade point average. He is the son of Mr. Fred Guerrero. Entering the red door, Antonio Manuelos, Clovis West, 119 pounds. He has a pretty sizable record of 51-2. These are some of his accomplishments this year. First at the Salon Invitational, first at the Far West, first at Doc Buchanan, first at the 5 Counties Invitational, and also the outstanding lowerweight wrestler. He was first at Morro Bay. Other accomplishments, he was 1996, he was the AAU Greco-Roman and Freestyle National Champion. He is the son of Quirino and Rosie Manuelos. Antonio Manuelos, Clovis West High School.
Antonio with a very impressive record from Clovis West of 51-2, and Ron Guerrero of Madera, who I'm sure has faced Manuelos in the past from the North Yosemite League. So both these wrestlers with impressive records this year going at it tonight in the 3rd match from East High School in the Yosemite Divisional Wrestling Championships. This is at 119 pounds. Manuelos against Guerrero. Clovis West against Madera. Madera, wrestler in blue, and Manuelos and Clovis West, wrestling gear. Of course, Clovis West has so many athletes on an individual or team basis that generally compete for championships in the Central Section. Guerrero trying to gain
West is also ranked first in our valley.
In the match.
Number 1 in the state of California at 119 pounds.
Bonuelos is 51-2, so it means he has lost this year, but that probably was outside of the section. As you notice, as the wrestlers get larger, the activity on the mat is a little more physical. Interesting pin job by Bonuelos and Guerrero. Well, these wrestlers have a lot of tricks, believe me. Sort of like a scissor. Guerrero in blue and Bonuelos, the kind of maroon color for Clovis West. 119 pounds. Guerrero looking at his coaches to the left. He will be down, and Bonuelos will be grasping him. Bonuelos going for the legs. Now up high at top. These guys combining quickness and strength. Majority of wrestlers have a lot of quickness, but the strength factor becomes more important as you get into the weights. Get heavier into the weights.
Your referee for this bout is Mr. Pete Rios from the Fresno area, 17 years experience. His assistant is Mr. Don Monsiváis, Bakersfield area, 16 years experience.
Bonuelos is just in front of us from Clovis West. Both wrestlers sizing up each other here in the first period. Nice takedown by Bonuelos of Clovis West. And Bonuelos wants a timeout. Got poked in the eye or something like that. So both can take a little breather for a while. I'm not sure how long timeouts are in wrestling. I'm sure they're not as long as they are in basketball.
The wrestling championships will be aired in its entirety exclusively on Channel 16 at 7 Tuesday, March the 4th. 7 p.m. Tuesday, March the 4th, Channel 16, time located.
Bonuelos to the right, Guerrero to the left. 119-pound match from East High School in the Yosemite Divisional Wrestling Championships. Bonuelos is from Clovis West and Guerrero from Madera. Both with sterling marks this year, sterling records. Bonuelos with a record of 51-2, 51 victories and only 2 defeats. And when you attend Clovis West, you know that you compete in some prestigious tournaments throughout the state. So you have a chance to wrestle some of the top people in the state, if not from out of the state. Very even match so far. As that period comes to a conclusion, I believe that Bonuelos will be down and Guerrero will be grasping him as he looks back at his coaches. Strategy becomes even more important as we head deeper into this match. Bonuelos trying to escape the grasp of Guerrero. He tries to break free from that hand grasp, and he does momentarily. Guerrero has a hold of his leg and then takes him down. Both these wrestlers seem to be very similar in strength and style. And I'm sure they've faced each other before in their careers. Double whistle by the ref. Guerrero looking back at his coaches for some inspiration. He tries for a takedown. Banuelos trying to get away. Nice reversal by Antonio.
One minute.
Banuelos in somewhat of a precarious position. Like Guerrero did a little trip job there on Banuelos. And Antonio seems to be somewhat shaken up. You're watching Time Warner Cable, Channel 16.
Would you like your advertising to be seen by large numbers of people? Seen by different age groups like kids or adults? Would you like your business's ad to be seen by any age 24 hours a day? Take a look at cable. The most choice, the most diversity. Time Warner Cable ads can work for you.
Banuelos in front of us. Guerrero in blue. And this is the 119-pound match from East High School in the Yosemite Divisionals. Very competitive one, as these wrestlers appear to be quite even in their abilities. It probably will go down to the wire. Guerrero from Madera and Banuelos from Clovis West. Banuelos for the takedown, has the grasp on Guerrero. 1 point for Guerrero on the escape. And Banuelos is trying to stay away from Guerrero, as they both are driven out of bounds. Now towards the middle of the mat. Antonio Banuelos of Clovis West, the victor, by a couple of points over Guerrero. The score was 8-6.
A record of 48-4. Tim Rosas. He was first at the Far West, second at the 590s, third at the Clovis West Shootout. Currently ranked number 1 in the San Joaquin Valley and third in the state of California. He is the son of Cindy and Bob Clark. Entering the red door, Jose Sanchez. Edison High School Tigers, a record of 44-3, 125-pound weight class. He was first at the Nanuba Rotational, first at the Rio Mesa Rotational, first at the Sierra Nevada Classic, third at the Doc Buchanan, first at Fireball, first at the NYL. In 1995, he was a freestyle and Greco-Roman All-American. He is the son of Norma and Alex Serpa. Jose Sanchez, Edison, Texas.
Jose Sanchez of Edison with a fantastic mark of 44-3, and you heard about all of his various titles. And Tim Rosas also with a lot of championships. Rosas from Clovis West and Sanchez from Edison. So two Fresno area schools with wrestlers in this matchup. And the second consecutive CW wrestler. Van Wallace won the previous bout. This is 125 pounds. Sanchez from Edison against Tim Rosas of Clovis West. Sanchez, the aggressor early against Rosas, has been in a difficult position now, as he's working very quickly and has the pin, just like that. Jose Sanchez of Edison, the victor, in just over a minute with a pin over Tim Rosas, who had a fantastic record coming in and won some championships of his own. But Sanchez came out smoking and had the upper hand in his match tonight, so he is the winner. At 130 pounds, we have Tony Rosas of Clovis West against Gutierrez of Clovis.
Tony Rosas, 130-pound weight class. So his accomplishments this year, he was first at the Solano Invitational, second at the Far West, first at Dr. Buchanan, second at Morro Bay, three-time league champion, two-time Valley placement. He is the son of Cindy and Godard.
The third consecutive Clovis West wrestler in this meet.
High School, Chris Gutierrez, 130-pound weight class, a record of 34-10. Some of Chris' accomplishments this year: second at the Clovis West Shootout, second at the Far West, third at the Black Watch Invitational, fifth at the Doc Buchanan, second at track, and second in the area. He is the son of Donna and Joe Gutierrez. Chris Gutierrez, Clovis High School.
Rosas against Gutierrez. Clovis West wrestler against one from Clovis. That's always a rivalry, no matter what sport it is.
Coaches involved today in the 34-team tournament, please come to the head table to pick up your ballots to vote for outstanding wrestler, upper weight and lower weight. That award is made possible by the Coyote Club of Bakersfield.
The Clovis wrestler in blue and gold. And the familiar colors of Clovis West. They've had three consecutive wrestlers in this match.
Your referee for this match is Mr. Bill Badisher, 11 years from Tulare, Keys, area. His assistant is Mr. Alan Casperia.
Rosas from Clovis West controlling early against Gutierrez of Clovis. East High is the site tonight of the Yosemite Divisional Wrestling Championships. Well, we're moving up in weight. We're at 130 pounds now. Clovis against Clovis West. Not just a personal thing, it's a thing between the two schools. And we should have some Buchanan wrestlers later on this evening. Rosas from Clovis West against Gutierrez from Clovis. Rosas with a high hold on Gutierrez. As he drives him out of bounds off the mat. Wrestling is a very physical and mental sport. You know, you really have to believe you can do it. Especially if you're going up against a guy who only has 3 or 4 losses for the entire year.
Given to me is at the concession stand. Everything is half price, and the best deal is hot dogs are a quarter.
There's Rosas from Clovis West. A very compact build for a 130-pounder. Rosas trying to get some riding time on Gutierrez. Here comes up high. This is right arm around Gutierrez's waist. Gutierrez trying to break free. He's struggling desperately. Rosas looking to throw him down, but hasn't accomplished that yet. At this point, Rosas has somewhat of control on Gutierrez. Gutierrez with a nice reversal. Showed a lot of quickness that time. And we're back to the middle of the mat. Gutierrez definitely the taller wrestler. Very lanky. Gutierrez at the left and Rosas just in front of us. Now Rosas was using his left hand high and trying to go low with his right hand. Gutierrez with a drive there. His arms locked around the right leg of Rosas. And a period comes to a conclusion. Period number 1. This being the 130-pound match between Tony Rosas of Clovis West and Chris Gutierrez of Clovis. Chris with a record of 34-10 this year. He was second in his area wrestling. Most likely these guys wrestled last week or have wrestled a couple of times this year. Gutierrez with the riding time over the last couple of moments. And Rosas trying to get free. You can feel the coaches and the fans getting into it as they provide the ambiance, the backdrop tonight. Gutierrez would like to get that other hand free of Rosas. He has pretty good position on Rosas now. And Rosas reaching behind him to attempt to flip on Gutierrez. Nice work by Rosas. As he goes for the leg, Gutierrez, and tries to bring him down. Sometimes it's difficult to ascertain which wrestler has a better hold on the other at times during a match. But Rosas is in better position right now. Rosas from Clovis West against Gutierrez of Clovis. Clovis West with their 3rd consecutive wrestler in the championship tonight. Tony Rosas, the victor,
97 divisional champion.
at 130 pounds over Brian Gutierrez. Or should I say Chris Gutierrez of Clovis? The final score was 3-1, so a very close match. At 135, we have Ralph Lopez of Clovis West against Robert Arbayo of Madera. So that would be the fourth consecutive Clovis West wrestler in a championship tonight. And this would be the second wrestler from Madera in a title match.
He was first at the Hawks for duels, first at the Coast Classic, fifth at 5 counties, third at Mid-Cal, second in league and in the North area. The son of Robert and Diana Arroyo, and he was fourth in the Valley last year. And this year he carries a grade point average of 4.16 and honor student. So not only does Robert Arroyo have wrestling talents, he also has good professional skills. Robert Arroyo, Madera High School.
Well, we've only had one wrestler from the Bakersfield area compete tonight, and that was Chris Felix of East High. And that was in our first match at 105 pounds. 109, I should say.
His opponent, Ralph Lopez, 135 pounds, Clovis West High School, a record of 47-0. First at Solano, first at Far West, first at Doc Buchanan, first at 5 counties, first in the league. He was also the outstanding wrestler at the Far West. In 96, he was second in the Valley. In 95, he was the Valley champion. 1996, he was the AAU Freestyle National Champion. The son of Ralph and Linda Lopez, Ralph Lopez Jr.
Well, Ralph Lopez has yet to lose this year with a record of 47-0, and he won the area championship last year. So he's the first wrestler we have seen tonight that has not lost yet this season. And he definitely does want to lose tonight.
For outstanding wrestler,
Has to be one of the top-ranked wrestlers in the state
sponsored by the Coyote Club of
in
Bakersfield.
his division. So another Clovis West wrestler in the championship. Fourth straight one. Lopez against Arbayo. This is 135 pounds. Lopez with a control early. And his head guard is coming off.
Lopez of Clovis West.
Lopez is checking things out with his coaches. They're telling him just stick to the plan, keep with the plan. 47-0 this year. It does have to be tough when you wrestle with an unblemished record because, you know, at this point in the season, you can't afford a loss. A loss at this point in the year doesn't build character. It basically just ends your season. Of course, I never thought that losses were ever that profound for either a team or an individual in a sport. Lopez against Arbayo. Lopez from Clovis West, Arbayo from Madera. Arbayo in blue. The second Madera wrestler to be in a championship tonight. Lopez with the right leg of Arbayo. Drives him to the far side. Ralph Lopez in control early over Arbayo. And we go back to the center of the mat. What do you think with your Arbayo and you're wrestling against Lopez? He's 47-0. You hope that Lopez will make a mistake somewhere down the line that you can capitalize on. And of course you would like to spoil his perfect season. Into the first period, Lopez with riding time over Arbaio, who is the taller of the two wrestlers. That is not necessarily a plus in wrestling, though, when you're tall and lanky, because it gives the opponent more to shoot for. Arbaio at the left. Nice move by Arbaio, but Lopez recovers very quickly. A very strong wrestler as far as going low, Lopez. Focuses on grabbing the legs of his opponent, and then tries to take control after that. Lopez from Clovis West with a record of 47-0 coming in. He knows at this point it's up to him. This is in the 135-pound match. We've had only one pin tonight so far. Lopez showing a lot of strength in this match against Arbaio, as he drives his opponent. His head guard beginning to come off once again, the head guard of Lopez. But that won't stop him. The refs will have to stop him. Looked like somewhat of a cradle move there by Ralph Lopez as we go off the mat. I wonder how many pins Ralph Lopez has this year in his 47 victories. You know, sometimes wrestlers will prolong a match to get their conditioning in control. Nice quick move by Lopez. Arbaio, as now he's seeking the pin. Got Arbaio in position just momentarily. Lopez with riding time in this match. That's after two periods now, with Ralph Lopez leading Robert Arbaio of Madera. Lopez from Clovis West with a mark of 47-0 this year, an unblemished record, as he tries to keep that streak alive. He was the area champion last year, and he's one of the top-ranked wrestlers in the state. Strong move by Lopez. And both wrestlers go out of bounds. Ralph Lopez picking up the intensity as this match wears on. He needs a timeout to check on his headgear. He probably would rather wrestle without it. Ralph Lopez trying to add to that unbeaten streak against Robert Arbaio. Clovis West against Madera in the 135-pound match. Coming up, we have a Bakersfield matchup between Kirk Moore of Foothill and Ernesto Moralia of Bakersfield High School. I'm sure these guys met in the Southeast Yosemite League match and also in the area meet last week.
As we have the opportunity, we'd like to thank a few volunteers today. I'd like to thank Mr. Porter, Mr. Eddie Martinez, Mr. Bill
Ralph Lopez of Clovis West against Robert Arbayo of Madera. And this match tonight from East High. Lopez with a slight advantage in this particular match.
Also, Mr. Fred Gonzalez doing the scoring. Gabby Gonzalez the timing. Mrs. Nava also would help you with brackets and wall charts.
With the exception of the one pin and the one majority decision, most of the matches tonight have been very close, and you would expect that.
Did a great job, Mr. Frank Espinosa.
Lopez driving into Arbayo.
Of course, not to
Robert
be
Arbayo hanging in there as we go back to the center of the map.
A few burned out wrestling coaches and all the many volunteers who helped today. Thank you very much.
Robert Arbayo and Ralph Lopez.
This tournament began on time. It was a well-organized tournament run by Mr. Joe Triggs.
Lopez not having an easy time with Arbayo in this match.
Good job, Joe Triggs.
Arbayo taking him all the way. 30 seconds left. Lopez, the grasp on Arbayo's leg, and once again has trouble with his headgear. Tends to slow up the match somewhat. Clock running down here in this match. Arbayo needs a takedown on Lopez. Tried one there and basically missed. Lopez has control as the clock is winding down. Ralph Lopez continues undefeated this year with a hard-fought victory over Robert Arbayo of Madera. Ralph Lopez's record now is 48-0 this year. Another victory for him and for Clovis West. A couple of Bakersfield wrestlers coming up. Kirk Moore, Foothill, against Ernesto Moravia of Bakersfield High School. 140 pounds.
140 pounds, a record of 26-4. Ernesto Moravia. Ernesto was first in Ireland. 8-0 at York Christian Schools. Second at Memorial. Second in the SCYL. Second in the SYL. 3-point average of 3.0. The son of Lucia Luna. His opponent from Foothill High School, Kirk Moore. A record of 39-3 with 25 wins. He was first at the Sierra Nevada Classic, first at Redwood, second at Canyon Springs, first at the SEYL, first at Area. A great point average of 3.80, and the son of Kirk and Rhonda Moore. Kirk Moore Jr., 140 pounds, Foothill High School.
These wrestlers have some sizzling GPAs. Kirk Moore is a favorite in this match, winning the Southeast Yosemite League and area meet. Amazingly, 25 pins for him this year, and what does he have, 35 victories? He apparently is a very dominant wrestler. He doesn't waste time. Kirk Moore, Foothill, Ernesto Moravia of Bakersfield High School. Two guys that battle each other in the Southeast Yosemite League, so I'm sure that they know each other's moves quite well. Moore, the taller wrestler of the two, in the black and gold trim of Foothill. Moravia in the blue and white of BHS. Moore trying to control things early on in this match. wrestlers will head back to the center of the mat. VHS won the SCYL duels this year, but Foothill was victorious in the Southeast Yosemite League meet. East High also well represented tonight in the Yosemite Divisionals. East also a member of the Southeast Yosemite League. Both wrestlers basically flying off the mat. They know each other so well.
Your referee for this match is
Probably won't make too many
Mr.
mistakes.
25 years experience from the Tulare Kings area.
Moore driving Mariah out of bounds and continues almost off the mat.
3 years experience from the Tulare Kings area.
Kirk Moore in the black jersey, the outfit. Mariah, VHS Driller Blue. Moore with the takedown. Foothill's program has really come up in the last couple of years, the wrestling program. And they have a lot of wrestlers coming back next year. It's a young team. Paradise is their coach. Mariah will be down for BHS, and Moore will be grasping him in this very competitive 140-pound match between wrestlers of BHS and Foothill High Schools from the same league, the Southeast Yosemite League. On Time Warner Cable, Channel 16.
Harold, this tape from Greece doesn't play.
Around the world, there are many different formats for VHS tapes. So if you have problems with a tape from a foreign country, call Time Warner Productions. For $29.95, Time Warner Productions can convert the tape to a format that plays in your home VCR, or change your tape to any format from around the world. From quality copies of home videos, large quantity duplications,
Harold, the tape's broken.
or tape repair, Time Warner Productions is your best choice for video services.
Ernesto Mariah, BHS, and Kirk Moore, Foothill, in this 140-pound match from East High School, the Yosemite Divisional Wrestling Championships. Mariah trying to establish some control on Moore. Moore with 25 pins this year. The Southeast Yosemite League champion and also the area champ. As the two wrestlers go off the mat. Moore, the lankier of the two, is down on the mat now. The black jersey with gold trim from Foothill High School. Moore looking for the escape. And there he gets it. And now he's back on the offensive against Mariah. And the two wrestlers go off the mat. Mariah looking over at his coaches, David East and company. Wrestlers from Foothill and BHS high schools, respectively, in this matchup tonight. Moore at the right, Mariah at the left. More of the grasp on Mariah's right leg. And has him in an unusual position. Of course, Moore is somewhat unusual himself in his position right now, as he tries to drive Mariah back. Sometimes it's so hard for me to imagine how limber these young athletes are. You hear the coach say, turn, 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 and Moore is doing that on the mat. And he picks up a point. Kirk Moore on top of Mariah of BHS. As his period is winding down. Mariah lifting up, trying to throw Moore off his back. As that period comes to a conclusion. Kirk Moore of Foothill and Ernesto Mariah of Bakersfield High School in the 140-pound match. It has been a competitive one. The Yosemite Divisionals at East High School tonight. Moore saying that he has a bruise or something is happening to his right hand. There's Coach East of BHS talking to his wrestler. BHS, power and wrestling in the city of Bakersfield and throughout Kern County and the Central Section for many years. And Foothill High School has challenged them this year. And with Centennial with the new program, I think you'll see them challenge BHS in the years to come. Centennial won the Southwest Yosemite League Championship, but in dual meets they were defeated by both Foothill and BHS. As this match has picked up its intensity, and you can hear the crowd getting into it. Well, after that brief timeout, injury timeout, both wrestlers coming out with a little more enthusiasm. Moore with 25 pins, I'm sure, is thinking about a pin in the situation. He has control on Mariah now. Moore trying to take down Mariah as the two wrestlers go off the match. These wrestlers are not too fooled by their opponent, neither of them. They faced each other many times. I don't think there's much trickery involved. As the ref blows a whistle, Mariah will be down, and Moore will have the grasp on him. Kirk Moore trying to establish control of this match with 1 minute left. Moore has been the aggressor tonight with the lead over Mariah. Mariah needs, in this situation, needs a takedown, pick up some points, but he's in a situation where he needs a pin to win this match now. So he has to hope that possibly Moore will leave himself open, will make a mistake. And he can take advantage of that. Moore keeps on driving Mariah. Strong hit off the mat as the clock will continue to wind down. Kirk Moore spelling victory, the Foothill High product, over Mariah BHS. Kelly Miller BHS will be wrestling in the 145-pound match against Duran of Roosevelt, and that is coming up in just a moment. BHS will have a second consecutive wrestler in the final. Mariah needs a pin. And Moore's doing a great job of keeping his legs and body away from Mariah. As as the intensity has picked up in this match, I think that Moore has gained more control, especially in the last period and a half. Moore battling low as he continues to drive Mariah out towards the center of the mat. And there you have it, the winner, Kirk Moore of Foothill High School. The divisional champion at 140 pounds as he beats Ernesto Mariah of BHS. As I mentioned, Kelly Miller, his teammate from BHS, will take on Dario Durano Roosevelt in the 145-pound match. So I guess we're about halfway through tonight's championship meet from East High School and the Yosemite Division.
Roosevelt High School, a record of 34-2, Dario Duran. He was first at Nanuba Rotational, first at the Central Classic, first at Gilmore, fifth at the Dr. Buchanan Invitational. Last year he was first in the NYL area. In '96 he was first in the division, third in the Valley, sixth in the state of California. His father is Alberto Duran and his mother is Deborah Duran. Dario Duran, Roosevelt High School. His opponent tonight, wrestling for the last time in town at the high school level, a record of 30-4 from Bakersfield High School, Kelly Ellen Miller Jr. He was second area, first in the NCYL. 1996-97, he was fourth at the Clovis Dr. Buchanan Invitational. This year he was first at the Armored Christmas Duels and was second at the Highland Invitational. In 95-96, he was second in the Valley, second in the division, first in the area, first in the NCYL. 94-95, he was third in the CIF state meet at 135 pounds. 93-94, he was third in the Valley. Was also third in the World Team Trials, first in the cadet state meet. Kelly has never won a divisional tournament before, one of his many goals. His parents are Kelly Miller Sr. and Robin Reese, and also Uncle Dennis Reed. Kelly Miller being 145 pounds, Bakersfield High School.
Kelly Miller from BHS going for his first divisional title. He has been a prominent wrestler in the area for the last 3 years. And this has been a goal of his for some time as he wrestles in front of a lot of the home folks here at East High School. Miller was upset in the Southeast Yosemite Championships. Kelly Miller from Bakersfield High School in blue and white. And he has come out the aggressor tonight. His match against Duran Roosevelt. Duran in the green and yellow jerseys. A couple of points for Kelly Miller.
Two-point air ball.
I think Miller was somewhat cut on the lip, and he takes a couple of moments away from the mat. Been a varsity wrestler at BHS for some time. Has been one of the more prominent ones over the years, yet to win a divisional. And he hopes that tonight is the night. Kelly has that low center of gravity. Wide shoulders, definitely a cut body, and he's the type of guy that would be very hard to throw down, at least if you try to hit him up high. Miller against Duran, And this is the 145-pound match. Duran trying to exhibit some of his quickness. And Miller not biting as the two wrestlers go off the mat. Kelly Miller from Bakersfield High School and Dario Duran of Roosevelt and Fresno. As the first period comes to a conclusion, Miller seeking that first divisional championship. Duran will have the grasp on Miller. And Miller escapes rather easily. I would have to say that Miller is the stronger of the two wrestlers as far as physically. And Miller going for the legs as the two wrestlers go off the mat. They always tell a wrestler to keep their head up, keep your head up when you go for a move on your opponent. And Miller going off to the side to tend to his cut lip or whatever he has. Gives both wrestlers a breather or two. Kelly Miller against Dario Duran of Roosevelt. Roosevelt's first wrestler in a championship tonight. Fresno area school. And these wrestlers have been driving each other off the mat quite a bit in this particular match. And Miller gets very low in his wrestling stance. Difficult to get a good shot at him, as Duran is the taller of the two wrestlers. Both wrestlers want to be crowned as champion tonight, but only one can be. Miller trying to drive into Duran. Dario thinking about what move that he can attempt or should attempt. A lot of action hasn't taken place in the center of this mat. And Duran misses an attempted takedown of Miller. Miller swinging around on the mat. Miller with his left arm very high on Duran's shoulder as that period comes to a conclusion. Kelly Miller of Bakersfield High School against Dario Duran of Roosevelt. Miller seeking his first ever Yosemite Divisional title. An escape by Duran. As you notice, when a match gets into the second or third period, the intensity always builds up. Sometimes it appears as if the wrestlers are somewhat containing themselves in the first period, wondering if they'll have enough left conditioning-wise in the final period to the last minutes of the final period. As Miller has excellent control on Duran. Dario against Kelly in the 145-pound match. As they go off the mat once again. Yasser Pazat of Exeter takes on Boteo of Tulare in the 152-pound match coming up. Duran tries a quick maneuver on Miller, and to no avail. Duran just can't get a good hold of Kelly Miller. Seems to be a little bit too quick for Duran and maybe too strong. Kelly Miller controlling things in this matchup against Duran of Fresno Roosevelt. Miller really staying low throughout this match. Takes down Duran. Kelly has been the aggressor, has been the more impressive wrestler of the two in this matchup. And Kelly Miller is not only seeking a victory, he is smelling a victory now. Miller, beautiful takedown on Duran, picks him up, slams him to the mat. And Duran simply could not do much with Kelly Miller tonight. He was in a situation where he needed a pin. He could have taken Kelly Miller from VHS, Bakersfield High, the divisional champion of 1997, and his first as a prep wrestler. And a very impressive performance for Kelly Miller of the Drillers. Coming up next at 152, we have Yasser Pazat of Exeter against Boteo of Tulare.
Junior, Isaac Boteo, a record of 26-10. Second in EYL. He is the son of Manuel and Mary Boteo. Isaac Boteo of Tulare Union High School, 152 pounds. His opponent from Exeter at 152 pounds, Yasser Pazat, a record of 40-4. He was first at the Monaco Rotational, fourth at Dr. Buchanan, second at Redwood, second at Gilroy Mid-Cal Tournament, first in the EYL, first in the Central Regionals. It's the son of Luke Art and Luby Pazat. Yasser Pazat, 152 pounds, Exeter High School.
Pazat with 40 victories this year, and Boteo with 27. Pazat from Exeter, Boteo from Tulare in this 152-pound match. The Tulare wrestler in the maroon and gold, the Redskins. And Pazat from Exeter in the blue. Pazat with only 4 losses this year at 40-4. So he would be deemed the favorite in this matchup. Tulare wrestler, Foothill looking good at the beginning of this matchup. But a nice reversal by Pizzat of Exeter. Pizzat in the blue, Foothill in the red and gold of Tulare Union. A few seconds left in the first period. Both wrestlers kind of seeking strategy in this match. Beautiful takedown by Pizzat of Exeter. He definitely has a lot of strength. That was kind of a reverse takedown by Yasser. As the first period comes to a close, Yasser Pizzat of Exeter and Isaac Foothill of Tulare, 152 pounds in the Yosemite Divisionals. Now Tulare has had a couple of wrestlers in the championships tonight. Pizzat with the control early on Foothill. East High School is the site of tonight's Yosemite Divisional Wrestling Championships. And reversal by Foothill of Tulare Union. Pizzat, his stance is more straight up than Foothill. At this point, the match looks very even between the two. It's amazing how these wrestlers can get down so low and have such strength to put their maneuvers together. You wouldn't believe how much conditioning is involved just to wrestle 3 periods. Pizzat trying to pick up Foothill and drive him out of bounds off the mat as we come back to the center. Yasser Pizzat against Isaac Foothill. Isaac representing Tulare Union and Pizzat Exeter. Pizzat looked like he had a chance to establish some control on Foothill, and Foothill came right back with a nice spin move of his own. And I believe the ref took away a point from Pizzat as that period comes to an end. And we will usually see the intensity pick up at this point in a match. And it's basically a do or die at this situation with Yasser Pizzat of Exeter and Isaac Foothill of Tulare. Only one person can win the divisional.
The mat being used tonight was donated by the Terry Morton Corporation in memory of longtime East Bakersfield High School teacher, coach, friend, and wrestling legend, Mr. Leon Tedder.
Foothill gaining some control over Pizzat. Pizzat seeking the escape. Bazat desperately trying to get away from the grasp of Boteo, who drives him off the mat. And we go back to the center. A good matchup between Yasser Bazat and Isaac Boteo. Bazat from Exeter, you see him right there, in the grasp of Boteo of Tulare Union. There's a reversal for Bazat. Bazat with a more stand-up style than Boteo, as Boteo drives him off the mat in the other direction. Boteo seeking a major move. And Boteo has Bazat had him in a very precarious position. And Bazat just worked his way off the mat. I think some of the people wanted 2 points awarded to Boteo. Bazat working very hard to get away from the grasp of Boteo. Boteo wants a takedown. As the two wrestlers go off the mat. This has been one of the more competitive matches we have seen tonight as far as equal ability of both wrestlers. Seemed like a couple of calls could have gone either way. Yasser Bazat of Exeter is the victor tonight, as he defeats Isaac Boteo of Tulare 5-3. Coming up next in a 160-pound match, we have Sanders of Buchanan as he takes on Gonzalez of Fresno Hoover as we move up to 160 pounds. The last match was very entertaining as both wrestlers were quite even in their physical strength and also in their style. Sanders and Gonzalez coming up.
He was third at the Moore Rotational, fifth at the Coast Classic, second at the Merced Rotational, fourth at the California Invitational, first at the NYL, second at the North Area. His father is Todd, his mother is Bonnie, Todd Gonzalez and Bonnie Mobley are his parents. Todd Gonzalez, a record 38-9 from Hoover High School. His opponent, Tally Sanders, 160 pounds, Buchanan High School. Record of 14-1. First at Canyon Springs, first at Fry River Athletic Conference, first in the North Area, and in 1996, he was fourth in the state of California.
Well, Sanders has only wrestled 15 times this year, but a very impressive 14-1 record. The athlete from Buchanan High School.
Your referee is Mr. Amado Galvez, Bakersfield area, 23 years experience.
So it's Sanders against Gonzalez. Sanders showing strength, has Gonzalez trying to drive him down, take him down to the mat. Accomplishes that, going for the pin. Sanders from Buchanan going for the pin on Gonzalez. Has him in position. And the refs are trying to get in position too. Gonzalez trying to stave off the aggressiveness of Sanders. And Sanders comes up with a very early pin on Gonzalez. So he improves his record to 15-1 this year in 38 seconds. He pins Gonzalez of Hoover, Fresno Hoover. That was definitely quick work. So Sanders hardly worked up a sweat in his match there at 160 pounds. And coming up now we have Tyler Lunn of Buchanan against Nahari of Clovis West. So another Buchanan wrestler against another wrestler of Clovis West. I think it's the fourth Clovis West wrestler in a title match tonight. Buchanan has had a few. Both are schools from Clovis.
First at Foothill Divisional, second at Doc Buchanan, first at 5 counties, first at Tri River Athletic Conference, and first at the North Area, 171 pounds, Buchanan High School, Tyler Lund. His opponent from Clovis West, Hussein Nayert, 171 pounds, a record of 26-8. Second at Clovis West Shootout, third at the Farm List Invitational, second at track, second at the North Area, and he is currently ranked third in the San Joaquin Valley.
Well, Nahari, the third-ranked wrestler in the San Joaquin Valley, 27 victories. From Clovis West against the Lund of Buchanan. The Buchanan Bears. Lund in red. So we are moving up in weight. We're at 171 pounds now. None against Nahari. Lund of Buchanan and Nahari of Clovis West. The two wrestlers at a virtual standstill so far. First period action from East High School in the Yosemite Divisional Wrestling meet. I see Don Harrison in the background, the Central Section Commissioner. He was honored at the Bob Elias Hall of Fame banquet. The wrestlers jamming off the mat. Two wrestlers, one from Buchanan, one from Clovis West. Lund from Buchanan, Nahari of Clovis West. 171 pounds. Clovis West has had many wrestlers, as I said, reach the finals tonight. Buchanan's had a couple. So the Clovis schools making their presence felt tonight. Both wrestlers with a stand-up type of positioning. Lund of Buchanan going for the legs in Nahari as he drives him off the mat. That's the end of the first period of this match between Tyler Lund of Buchanan and Nahari of Clovis West. So the first period is one in which both wrestlers are trying to see maybe what kind of strategy they can use in this match. What works and what doesn't work. Lund the aggressor at the start of the second period. Power move by Lund as he throws Nahari to the mat. It's amazing that two guys can weigh the same amount and one athlete will look so much stronger than the other and bigger. Sometimes there's a disparity in the height of the two wrestlers. Then sometimes an athlete is actually larger and he loses a lot of weight to compete at that particular weight classification. You might have a 185-pounder actually competing at 171 when the other wrestler is a natural 172, 173-pounder. Lunn in red against Nahari of Clovis West. Lunn will have the grasp on Nahari. Lunn establishing the riding time in this match. As Lunn gets his arms inside of Nahari. In an attempt to maintain control. Lunn trying to turn Nahari, trying to turn him around to get him in position for a pin. Try to roll him over on the other side. Lunn just drives Nahari off the mat as the second period comes to a conclusion. Lunn will be down and Nahari will have him in his grasp. Nahari looking back at his coaches. He almost has a semi-hockey-like mask. Lunn with a very quick move to get in position. As the intensity will pick up here in this period. Lunn tries to readjust his headgear. Tyler Lunn from Buchanan against Nahari of Clovis West. Both high schools in Clovis. Lunn looks like the stronger of the two wrestlers. The more physical of the two wrestlers. Arvin's Charlie Brogdon is coming up next at 189 against Fox of Buchanan. Lunn controlling this match against Nahari. As we go back to the center of the mat. Nahari just struggling to do anything with Lunn at this point. As Lunn talks to his coach on the other side. Now he's back there to finish up this match. He seeks a divisional championship. He just simply picks up Nahari and slams him to the mat. Now Lunn looks very big for a 171-pounder. But it appears to me that he's probably lost around 10 pounds to compete at this weight category. He looks bigger than a 171-pounder. Some guys like to do that because it gives them added quickness, and for some wrestlers it hurts them because they don't have the strength that they had at their regular weight. As you can see, many of these wrestlers are really cut. So many of them, most of them, actually compete at weights less than their normal weight before the season. Lunn in control in this match against Nahari of Clovis West. Tries Tyler Lund of Buchanan. Lund does not let Nahari get out of his grasp. The two wrestlers go off the mat. Nahari has been struggling this entire match with Lund, trying to figure out what might work against him, and really nothing has. As we have a little timeout in this match, I think with Lund riding Nahari the entire match, Nahari has to be quite fatigued at this point. Lund's been driving him all over the mat. At 215 pounds, we'll have Philip Madera against Matthews of Bullard. And then Grant Harrington of Redwood against Seamus of Lemoore in the 275-pound match. That time Nahari jumped out of the grasp of Lund. But too little, too late. In the 171-pound championship, Tyler Lund of Buchanan. The Buchanan Bears victorious over Nahari of Clovis West, as Lund dominated from the start against somebody that I'm sure he is very familiar with. Arvin's Charlie Brogdon against Fox of Buchanan coming up next in the 189-pounder. Here at the Yosemite Divisionals at East High School tonight.
At 189 pounds, from Buchanan High School, a record of 25-10. He was first at Tri-River Athletic Conference Tournament, first at the North Area Meet, then Fox. His opponent from Arvin High School, 189-pounder Charlie Brogdon. A record of 35-3. He was first at Hanford, first at Highland, all-tournament team at the Arvin Christmas Duels, first in the league, first in the area. His parents are Charlie and Gigi Brogdon.
In tonight's 189-pound match, Charlie Brogdon of Arvin takes on Ben Fox of Buchanan. A couple of Bears meeting, the Arvin Bears and the Buchanan Bears. Arvin's first wrestler in a championship tonight. Buchanan has had, I believe, 3. Brogdon with 35 victories this year, also a fine football player for Arvin, a fullback and a linebacker. Fox goes to a great football school, Buchanan. Brogdon and Fox tonight. Brogdon in the black jerseys from Arvin. Fox in the red outfit from Buchanan. As we start off action here in the first period. So Brogdon for the first takedown of the match. The Arvin High product. And he has the riding time early on. Charlie, 35-3 this year. As Fox trying to crawl his way off the mat. And Brogdon is trying to bring him back into the wrestling area as they go back to the center. We have 2 matches coming up tonight. The 215 and 275-pound matches. Fox looking for a reversal. And Brogdon looking for more points or a possible pin. Brogdon from Arvin controlling early against Ben Fox of Buchanan.
There are still a few ballots that have not been filled out for the outstanding wrestler award.
Brogdon in black jersey and Fox in the red from Buchanan. As the two wrestlers will have to meet in the middle once again. Brogdon looking over at his coaching staff. Philip of Madera will take on Matthews of Bullard in a 215-pound match, and at 275, Grant Harrington of Redwood against Seamus of Lemoore. Brogdon with the control early on in this 189-pound match as the first period comes to a conclusion. Charlie Brogdon of Arvin against Ben Fox of Buchanan. So Fox will have Brogdon in his grasp as the second period starts. Brogdon trying to escape as he is slammed to the mat by Fox. So that does not count as a takedown. Brogdon scrambling off the mat and succeeds in that as they will meet again in the center. Brogdon hearing words of advice from his coaching staff at Arvin. And Fox looks back at his coaches. Fox and Brogdon in the 189-pound match from East High School, the Yosemite Divisionals. Brogdon trying to scramble out of there, looking for the reversal. As they both go off the mat. Brogdon with the early lead over Fox. Second period action. And the two wrestlers trying to get the right positioning to satisfy the referee. And as Brogdon goes for the reversal, both wrestlers go off the mat once again. There's a reversal of fortune for Charlie Brogdon of Arvin as he goes for the legs of Fox of Buchanan. From the reversal to the offensive for Brogdon. Now Brogdon, with the takedown, has control of Fox of Buchanan. As Fox scrambles toward the center of the mat, and Brogdon with riding time. Charlie Brogdon in the black jersey from Arvin, and Fox in the red from Buchanan. Of course, Arvin's colors are red. Brogdon has Fox in a position where Fox can't move very well. And when a guy is riding you like that, it tends to wear on you physically and also mentally. As the second period comes to a conclusion, one more to go, and Brogdon with the lead on Foxy Buchanan. And Fox at this point looks very tired as he looks back at his coaches. At this point, they can't do a lot for you as a wrestler. And he's breathing very heavily here at the start of the third. Fox drives Brogdon off the mat, and we'll be back in the center. As Charlie's looking for the reversal. Now he looks back at his coaches. Charlie Brogdon down on the mat, and Ben Fox. Fox will be grasping him. Charlie trying to get away from the snare of Fox, and he is successful on the reversal, the escape. Charlie maintaining control in this match in the third period, as he and Fox go off the mat. And Fox in this situation needs a pin over Charlie Brogdon to come out victorious in this match, as the clock is winding down on Fox's fortunes here in the 189-pound match. Brogdon continuing to drive Fox to the mat, has another two, and has built up a substantial lead over Fox. I think he's had 3 takedowns and a couple of escapes. Charlie Brogdon maintaining control over Ben Fox of Buchanan. We had a win from Kelly Miller, BHS, tonight, from Kirk Moore, Foothill. And Brogdon trying to be the third Kern County wrestler to win this evening. Chris Felix of East High lost in our opening match. Brogdon in control. As he has had Fox right where he has wanted him virtually this entire match. Fox just simply can't do too much. Now the position that he's in. But Charlie Brogdon about to get a Divisional Wrestling Championship, as Fox is basically fighting for his life, but that'll be it. Charlie Brogdon of Arvin, the winner, and he did not even give up a point to Ben Fox of Buchanan in the 189-pound match. Arvin's Brogdon victorious over Ben Fox of Buchanan on Time Warner Cable Channel 16.
The ravages of time. Just like paint, tape can oxidize, and oxygen is slowly eating away your most cherished family videos. A baby's first steps, first words, first birthday. These memories, once lost, can never be recovered. You can't stop time, but you can fight oxidation by duplicating your videos at Time Warner Productions. Our state-of-the-art repair and duplication services can help preserve your memories for future generations. Time Warner Productions, located at 3600 North Select Avenue in the Time Warner Cable Building.
Also carries a GPA of 3.8.
Philip Madera against Matthews of Fresno Bullard in the 215-pound match tonight in the Yosemite Divisional Wrestling Championships at East High. I'm sure these wrestlers are familiar with each other, competing in virtually the same area. The Fresno County and Clovis area schools are doing well tonight. The 2 Clovis high schools, 2 of the 3 are doing magnificently. Clovis, West, and Buchanan. Madera is right up there with them. And East High has been a surprise this evening. East with not a lot of wrestlers in the championships, just one in the opening match. Felix a loser, but East qualifying a lot of wrestlers for the third place and fifth place matches. East picking up points. Philip of Madera against Matthews of Fresno Bullard. And usually in these heavyweight type matches, you don't see a lot of points scored. The winner usually is victorious with a pin, or it goes 3 periods and you have a low score. The strength factor is very even between the two. Generally, it is size dimension.
Hanford High School, Golden West High School, Fresno, Delano, McLean, Reedley, and Clovis High School. Please pick up your outstanding wrestler.
Both wrestlers standing each other up at virtual standstill here in the first period as it comes to a conclusion. When you talk about strategy time, well, I'm sure that the intensity and competitive level will increase as we move on in this match at the beginning of the second period. There wasn't a lot happening in the first couple of minutes. Philip of Madera against Matthews of Bullard. The Bullard Knights. It's another high school in Fresno. And the Madera Coyotes. Coming up at 275, we have Grant Harrington of Redwood in Visalia against Seamus of Lemoore High School. You could hear the coaches saying, "Come up, Marcel." They're speaking to Matthews of Bullard. Sometimes it's very tough to get up when you have a 215-pounder on your back, even if you're 215 pounds. You think these guys are big, just wait for the next division, next category. Prior to this year, they only had one classification for heavyweights in high school wrestling. You don't necessarily have a lot of quickness and athleticism inherent in these weight classes. You basically have a lot of built-in strength that are involved. Clock is winding down, and that's in the second period. There's actually more going on than it looks from the viewer's standpoint. As we enter the third period of this 215-pound match between Philip of Madera and Matthews of Fresno Bullard. And Matthews looking back at his coaches. Likewise, Philip of Madera. This type of match, a takedown, can win it for one of two wrestlers. And that was 1 point scored by Philip. That was an escape. In essence, you might not even have a takedown in this match. low-scoring defensive type of struggle, with neither wrestler maintaining any type of control or dominance over the other. Phil from Madeira against Matthews III. One match to go tonight. And both wrestlers go off the mat. And each is looking at their coaches and saying, I don't know what to do. Sometimes it's very difficult to move an immovable object or person. Neither really has the strength advantage over the other to mount much of an offensive attack. A match like this is won on possibly a weakness or a mistake by one's opponent. Virtual standstill for 3 periods between Phillip and Matthews. 20 seconds to go in the match. Somebody needs to take down here. As the two wrestlers go off the mat. Clock winding down. The third period of this 215-pound match. Visalia against Seamus of Lemoore. This is our final match tonight. Harrington, outstanding defensive lineman for the Redwood High football team, which won the Yosemite Division Football Championship as they defeated Bakersfield High, Centennial, and Clovis, and Foothill along the way. Had a fantastic defensive outfit. In fact, we had the Redwood VHS game on Time Warner Cable in the fall. And the Redwood team really came alive in their final 6 or 7 games of the season. Their defense was simply awesome. Harrington against Seamus. As the two wrestlers go off the mat.
For those college football coaches who are in the stands, Harrington from Redwood was All Valley first team in football and a member of the Redwood Valley Championship football team.
Yes, Redwood had a fantastic year. They finished second in their league to Golden West, but came on strong in the second half of the year and throughout the playoffs. Harrington of Redwood against Seamus of Lemoore in the 275-pound match from East High School, the final one tonight in the Yosemite Divisionals. Clovis West and Buchanan having great performances tonight. Clovis West with the most wrestlers in the championships. Madeira also very strong this evening. East High, the whole school, while only having one wrestler in the finals, did very well down the line, and they scored more points than either Foothill or BHS. Their counterparts and other members of the Southeast Yosemite League. At the end of period number 1 between Harrington and Seamus. Harrington and Seamus in the 275-pound match tonight in the Yosemite Divisional Championship. Reversed by one wrestler and a takedown by the other. So a quick turn of events here.
All place winners, please report to the area immediately under the American flag.
Harrington has Seamus in a precarious position, looking for the pin, and he has it. Grant Harrington right behind the winner in the 275-pound match. You've been watching the Yosemite Divisional High School Wrestling Championships from East High. Clovis West was victorious tonight, followed by Buchanan of Clovis, and Madera at number 3. East came in at number 4. BHS at 6th. Foothill 9th, and Centennial at 13th. I'm Mark Heffernan for Time Warner Cable, Channel 16.